fighting all the weather that came through. This boiler's been down for not really sure how long. RBI Boiler. That's a lockout of some sort. Got the top taken off. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. We had all kinds of ice and snow come through. Pumps running. I got cold water. About 60 degrees. No alarm on the low water cutoff. We got LEDs here. This pump's not running because the boiler's not fired. Actually, we got a fault on that pump. That's not good. This is the starter for the pump. And we're in fault condition. Spins. Sounds like it might be rubbing inside. Let's turn that off and see this pump will run. Let's check our connections back here first. So that's my power feed. It's tight. Let's kick it back on and see what happens. See if we don't throw sparks out of this thing or something. She's gonna take off. Sounds pretty good too. I wonder if maybe they didn't have a power outage or something. We've got the same controllers on our pumps here. But, I mean, we could have just, if you had a brownout or something, maybe that one, you would think both would trip, but maybe we had an issue. Circulating pump kept running, but the boiler pump shut off. So that's, I'm gonna get this panel off, and then I'll get, before I reset it, so I can see what's going on. So I did a video a while back ago on replacing the insulators and stuff in here. Let's get it all opened up so I can see what it does. I have a feeling something weird happened with the weather we had come through. We've been fighting busted water lines and everything else. I got lucky because nothing busted here. I think this is going to be my master burner. Yeah. So that's going to fire first. Sight glasses here, everything else looks alright. Like I said, it's been about a year maybe. We pulled the burners, replaced the insulators, cleaned out the drains and all that good stuff. So let's reset. LLC 11. I don't know what the fuck that means. Oh, it's note LLC 11. We'll look in the manual. I got the manuals over here. See what LLC 11 means. Press and hold doesn't work. Sure. Pump is still good. It's not locked out. It just turned off. Okay, it's resetting. You see my thing's gone. So we should get a pump should come back on. We should get a call. Come on, let's go. We've had a couple of our high temp limits back here. Had one of those replaced. We got a new one if we needed it. Come on, you're cold. You need to run. This does operate on an outdoor reset. And I've got some information here. There goes pump kicked in and the burner kicked on at the same time. They're both going to fire. She fired. Give it a minute, that other burner will fire too. See if maybe we can't get an amp draw on that motor. Just ramp it up. You see some moisture inside that sight, so we need to make sure it's draining too. The drain's still wet, like it was draining at some point. Like I said, we're going into New Year's now, so they haven't really been in the building. So I'm not sure how long it was off. Page 111. I went through and marked, I set the reset and marked everything that I've done. Alarm codes. Lock 11. Press reset button to see the blocking error reference and proceed, follow it. What? You gotta love when they're written so well. Press reset button to see the blocking error reference and proceed, follow it. Who wrote this? And proceed, follow it. Get the fuck out of here. That tells me nothing. Well, we're gonna watch it. We got it fired. I'm gonna go through. I'm pretty sure it was 11. There is no, unless it's 111. Maybe I said note it and then I didn't note it. So 111 is flapper valve not closed error. Is that a pressure switch? Check the flapper valve and its control sensor. Alright, we're going to let it run for a little bit and make sure it drains and everything, and then we'll go from there. Oh yeah, we got hot water now. So water coils, DX cooling, air handlers. .25, our other burner fire. Oh, this looks good. We're condensating. This feeds power to so I'm going to take that cover off to get an amp draw on it, but it's still running. And there ain't no lockouts. It had to be something weird with the power or something. I mean, that's kind of, I haven't seen these trip yet, and this boiler and these pumps are just probably 4 or 5 years old. So let's get the cover off and make sure everything's tight inside that pump and get an amp draw. We'll go from there. So you can see we're wired for high voltage. So line 1 is going to go to terminal 1, or wire number 1. 3, 8, and 2 are going to wire together. And then L2 is 4 and 5. And if you can see, 5, 2, and 4, they're black, yellow, and white. Actually, we're wired for low voltage. I'm wrong. 5, 2, and 4 is L2. My yellow, black, and white. So it's going to be 208. At 2.5. I'm rated 3.4. So, I mean, I'm good on my amp draw's fine. Everything looks good in here, tight. We'll tighten them up and button it back up, but it's been running for half hour now or so. 1.7 would be your amp draw at 460 volt or 480, whatever you got. Just gonna leave that hang there for a little while. I think we're gonna be all right with this guy. The maintenance guy was here with me. He tried to reset the boiler, but he didn't do anything he didn't notice this pump. So I've already brought him back here and showed him his low water cutoff. I explained the pumps, how they work, and starters to him. And so he's got a little bit better knowledge if he's trying to reset, because he could have saved himself a call. At this point is what it looks like. We're on 130 degrees. I still got both motors fired. We're condensating. Just 2 more wire handlers here. We're just making sure everything's flowing. Valve powered close, it looks like. These are train air handlers. These aren't bad air handlers, but they come without the TXVs. I did the startup on the cooling on these, and we had to install all the TXVs. It was kind of a pain in the ass. ERV, we do have an ERV outside, so it couldn't have been locked out through the cold weather that we had. I mean, it's like 30 something out the last few days, but we got a map of everything here because our condenser's set outside, first and second floor. So I highlighted all this, taped the map up here so we've got it if it's not me that comes back. I did all this when I did the startup initially on the cooling, and we got the ERV tied into the blower with this. So this does run off of an outside air reset. I've got a header temp sensor here. Well, that comes back to the boiler. It takes the outside temp, and well, actually, as the temp goes up, it'll stay lower on the supply temp. I don't remember the mins and maxes. I got them all written down in there, but welcome to the Ohio Valley. We've got like 40 or 50 degree swings in 24 hours. We were literally -5 last week. We've been 20s and 30s all week this week, and today we're gonna hit 60. So I'm like 50 outside right now, so it's not gonna maintain too much. It's gonna start staging those burners down. Still got a good amp draw, 2.5. It's not changed. That light didn't help you. But I'm gonna tighten all those up and get that put back together. Probably just watch it for a few more minutes. We're looking good everywhere. That's coming up. It's gonna take some time. I think that's my inlet temperature at 47, so it's coming back. It's pretty damn cold in the whole building, so I think there's 6, maybe 8 of those air handlers. So we're gonna walk through and check all of those too, make sure valves are on, thermostats are calling, and make sure we are warming the space up. Looking good there. It sits above that ceiling. It's a pain in the ass to get to. I put a TXV in that thing, I should know. This is a nice office space. Temps coming up everywhere. There's 1, 2, 3 more air handlers. There's a 3-way valve up top somewhere. I'm good with that. Yeah, we're coming temp up there. Everything looks set good. Boiler exhaust is out here. Maybe. I don't necessarily need to go out there. Y'all can see that's the boiler exhaust. But it looks clear, it's coming out. It's exhaust in a bad spot right now. Of course, none of this was here until they moved in, and they built all this and then said, well, the boiler's going exhausting right there. Well, I knew you were gonna build this. Just got some conference rooms and office back here. I actually wired this one with a stage 2. There's a relay and a valve in here. It's just a water cool radiant, and it's warm, so that's working too. So everything looks good. Let's go back down and take a look at the boiler. Okay, so my fan's on. This one's working too. This is my control for the ERV. ERV just runs on a blower call for that unit. Looking good here. Got one motor going in. So, pretty happy with everything so far. Easy call, right? Not everything's rocket surgery. And these are some of the resets I said. 160s are max. Winter supply. 60 degrees is the outdoor temperature we're going on, so as it hits 60 it's going to back off to the low setting of 104. I think there's another chart in here. I marked them here, as well as if you go over this chart, minimum and maximum temperatures. And we set our temperatures 104 and 161. Same thing, that's what we're set on with full outdoor reset. We got all of our everything marked here. Looks like I marked this out and made it 176. And that's because that was the factory setting. So my max is 176. But it's going to back off like now because it's 50 degrees outside. We're going to do 130. And the calculation is done via this algorithm here inside the control. So once you get everything set, do some reading. It's not too bad, and actually nice boiler. Good tech support too. Shout out to RBI. They were pretty good to work with when we put this in. The first time I had seen one. So everything looks good here. It's going to take time for my loop to warm up. It's coming up, but I mean, we're just cold coming back, so the boiler's doing what it can right now. Once we get the heat in the building, it'll be a whole lot better off. But crisis averted, because if we hit, it couldn't have been down in those negative temperatures, or we would have had major problems. I've seen 2 other buildings that we take care of, and I know multiple more in the area that have busted water pipes and everything else, just from talking to some other guys. So leave a tray better than you found it. I'll see y'all next time.